going to UNH, a place where, you guys haven't played great the last few years. What do you need to do to kind of break that?
We haven't played well up there, even when we had our really good teams that were winning consistently. And I don't think there's any real thing we can point to. They always seem to do a good job of spreading us out. This year's no different. They do the same thing they've done every year. Billy Herrion's been there. They're going to shoot a ton of threes, and their 4 and 5 men are tough kids who are going to pound the glass, and they'll get those rebounds, throw them back out, shoot the three again. They hit. I think they were 14 for 25 from three in their last game and lost. So obviously we've got to do a good job defending the three-point shot, but more importantly, not letting them get in any type of rhythm offensively, because I think, when they get in a rhythm, they're pretty good. I think their percentages overall, they're shooting below 40% on the season and below 30% on the year from three. We can't be that team that they come out and get. We can't allow them to shoot 14 and 25. We're not going to beat them if they shoot 14 for 25 from three. So really got to focus where Conley and Abreu are at all times and make sure we block out Agantu and Delegro consistently.
This may be not the ideal game to pop up on the schedule when you guys are really looking for a win.
No, I don't think it. I don't think that has anything to do with it. At all. Probably with the way things have been going, this might be a good game for us. Practice going into Binghamton and practice going into Vermont were pretty good. There just wasn't much of a carryover. Practice were solid. I was good yesterday, solid today. We needed to carry over, to the court. I think the toughest thing for us against Vermont is we got shots. We just didn't make shots. And watching the film twice, we got good shots that we're capable of making, shots that we need to make if we're going to have any success.
Well, how do you fix that, not making shots? How do you fix that mid-game? What do you tell your players?
Well, to remain confident, like I said the other day, Scotty McCray came up to me with a minute to go and said, Coach, I'm killing us. And I said, Scotty, you think you're killing us because you're not making shots? And maybe you're right, I said, but you're playing so hard and you're being so active that I'm going to leave you out there, and you've got to think that the next shot you're going to take is going in. It's just as much mental as anything. You can't, when you miss some shots, you have to know the next one's going in. You can't hope it's going in, because if you hope it's going in, it's not going to go in. So you got to shoot with confidence and shoot the ball the same way every time and believe that every shot's going to go in.
They're 5-1 at home, and I think 0-7 on the road. Is there anything you've seen that makes them more difficult to play?
It just seems there's a little extra pep in their step at home. They're taking great pride, in playing at home. I haven't looked at any numbers, but based on watching film, I would imagine that their attendance numbers are up at home. I think they're supporting the program well, and I think they take great pride in playing at home. And once you win a couple, you start feeling good about yourself, and I think that's where we're at right now. We need a win. A win doesn't cure everything, but it makes you feel a whole lot better, about yourself as a player and as a team. And I think a win isn't going to solve anything for us, but it's going to make us feel a whole lot better heading into our next game. So, right now we really took yesterday and just focused exclusively on us. Didn't talk about UNH at all, and that's first time we've ever done that since I've been here. We usually, 2 days before a game, we will cover everything our opponent's going to do, and the day before the same thing. And so today, this morning, was the first time our guys looked at the edit, the first time they saw the scouting report, the first time we went over anything, because I'm not really concerned with what UNH is going to do tomorrow night. I am to a certain extent, but I'm more concerned with what we do.
Mike Johnson came in your office, did he do yesterday or a couple of days ago, and said something?
Well, Mike just came in and which I was glad he did. He just came in and wanted to let me know that he's confident that he can provide the spark and the energy that he thinks that might be missing, and he wants to embrace that role of, like Jarrell Hastings last year, where he's our defensive stopper and he creates energy, and he brings that to the table. And we have worked the past couple of days with playing Mike and Mike together. So that's something that could happen, but like I said, to Mike, we need. It's not about the minutes that you play; it's how productive you are, and that's what we need. We need, production, from him. And we sat down. I broke down his stats all the way through for the last 6 or 7 games to get him to realize that, hey, here's some things that you need to do better, and here's where you can help us. And I do think that energy-wise and defensively, he can really help us. But I thought, he was a lot more solid for us earlier in the year offensively than he's been the last 5 or 6 games, and I think a lot of that has to do with him settling for jump shots and being a little careless with the ball. He needs to take and make the open jump shot, but we need him getting into the lane, getting us some easy shots, and that's something he can do for us.
Harris got off to such a good start last year in the East, but why has he kind of been slow out of the gate here?
You have to ask him. To be honest with you, the one thing, again, I looked at his statistics from a year ago. It's funny that you mentioned that. And, last year in 31 games, he attempted 100 free throws. Right now, we're beyond the halfway point. In 17 games, he's attempted 36 free throws. He likens himself to a jump shooter, and I'm trying to get him to realize that you're making some jump shots, but if I'm coaching against Albany, I'd love for you to be 20 feet from the basket the entire game. The other thing is he's averaging 4.2 rebounds a game. He averaged 6.6 rebounds a game last year, so he needs to get himself going by right now. He's living and dying with every shot he takes, and there's no reason why he's not capable of getting us 7 to 10 rebounds a game. At his size, the biggest small forward in our league, he can't have 0 free throw attempts in a game. He needs to attack the rim more and get himself more involved. I think you can lull yourself to sleep by being a jump shooter. So he needs to be aggressive and he needs to attack. And, it's like I told my staff, it's just like I told the team, and I tell Will that there's no excuses. There's no excuses from anybody. We got to buckle down and find a way to get it done, and worry about what each individual is doing as far as intensity level, energy level, focus. And if every guy, takes one step forward, and every little guy, I keep saying little, I don't know what the heck I'm saying little for. Every guy takes a step, forward and raises their level just a little bit, does one thing a little bit better. So collectively, we've got 15 guys doing one thing better. It's going to allow us to be more successful.
As far as the Will not shooting as many jump shots, it seems like we've been saying that for about a year and a half. I mean, is it finally going to get through?
No, it was a little different last year because, I believe for most of this year he's led the America East Conference as a whole in three-point field goal percentage. It's hard to tell a kid for up until recently was shooting 50% from 3, not to shoot the 3. But I'm glad the other game I'm glad what happened against Vermont, and hopefully that opens his eyes, because we don't not want him to shoot the ball because he's shooting it well and he's been our most consistent three-point shooter. But, sometimes you can, you don't want to live and die with jump shots, and I really do think he's a tough matchup for our opponents. He needs to be more aggressive, and I need to force myself to put him down on the block, whether he wants to go down there or not. End of story. Last year he went down there. He got to the free throw line more. He scored more down there. But again, he finished the year shooting 32% from 3. Right now he's just been shooting it so well. But I think him, and myself have gotten caught up with that. And if he doesn't like playing down there, and I say this nicely, too bad, because I think that'll help us win. And he's good enough to score down there and get fouled down there if he puts his mind to it. And I've got to put him down there.